Throughout the world, companies are creating greener supply chains through innovative new technology and more efficient operations. How they ship their freight can have a big impact on sustainability, and that's where BNSF can help. Sustainable practices throughout a supply chain contribute to reducing greenhouse gas emissions and shrinking environmental footprints. From recyclable packaging materials to more efficient energy use, companies are making sustainable decisions, including their choice of transportation. Rail is the most fuel-efficient form of land transportation. 1 ton of freight can move nearly 500 miles on 1 gallon of diesel fuel, reducing emissions by up to 75%. How is that possible? It's all about friction, or in this case, the lack of it. Rolling steel wheels on steel rail over a dedicated right-of-way have about 80 to 90% less friction than rubber tires on road surfaces in stop-and-go traffic. And there's also less air friction for trains because the cars are linked close together, riding in the draft of the locomotive, like bicyclists in a race who are conserving their energy. With less air drag and less rolling friction from steel wheels on steel rail, trains need less energy to move large loads. By using rail for the long haul, 1 double-stack intermodal train removes several hundred trucks off the road, reducing emissions and a carbon footprint. Emissions can be further reduced through co-location. Fewer truck miles from intermodal freight are needed when locating a distribution center near a BNSF rail-served logistics park. And for companies who partner with BNSF with their carbon footprint in mind, raw materials can be delivered directly to a facility within a BNSF logistics center or certified site, which is more efficient. Supply chains are also becoming increasingly circular, with more recycling and greater reuse of materials. Renewable fuels, as well as the feedstocks that go into the production of renewable fuels, are just one example of how BNSF can provide more efficient and sustainable transportation needed for these new opportunities. One loaded tank car can hold up to 30,000 gallons, and with steel wheels on steel rail, more material can move farther on less fuel while reducing carbon emissions. The engines that power the movement of supply chains are a significant source of rail's emissions. So, at BNSF, our continuous improvement on sustainability begins with our orange locomotives. Because our actions have a direct impact on our customers' carbon footprint in the communities in which we run, we're piloting zero-emission locomotive technologies like battery electric and hydrogen. Small changes in train handling also make a big difference. We're improving fuel efficiency and emissions on our existing fleet of locomotives with technology and people-powered best practices. Energy management systems use all the information about a train and its journey to determine the most fuel-efficient way to move the train from origin to destination. Automatic engine start-stop automatically shuts down an idling engine to minimize fuel waste and reduce emissions. Through these practices, BNSF has improved fuel efficiency and reduced emissions by 10% over the last 10 years. In 2020, BNSF customers reduced their total carbon emissions by 24.7 million metric tons by using BNSF. That's the equivalent of taking 5 million vehicles off the road. And our efforts don't stop with locomotives. BNSF is a leader in piloting zero-emissions technologies at our intermodal facilities as well. From battery electric yard trucks to electric cranes, these technologies are reducing emissions in the communities where we operate and live. For the nearly 12,000 trucks that drop off and pick up freight at our intermodal facilities every day, BNSF has implemented automated gate systems as well as a mobile app for drivers. Both technologies are helping to decrease the time it takes to enter and leave the facilities, and that reduces idling and the on-site emissions from those trucks. BNSF continues to develop new technologies and processes to keep the supply chain fluid through our facilities. and reduce emissions further. BNSF recycles material many people may not even realize can be reused. In 2020, we recycled 2.9 million railroad ties, 1.9 million pounds of batteries, and 4.3 million gallons of lube oil. We are also committed to participating in a variety of industry-related sustainability initiatives, including the American Chemistry Council's Responsible Care Initiative, Science-Based Target Initiative, and Operation Clean Sweep. With these efforts and many more, BNSF is committed to reduce our emissions by 30% by 2030. A cleaner environment benefits all of us. As a leading freight transportation provider, BNSF is delivering on improving sustainability for businesses and for the communities we serve throughout our network. That's why orange is the new green.